Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. And the holiday it's coming, right? 11/11 it's coming. We'll see if we're planning something special about that day. You guys know celebrating and so forth. It's our holiday, right? There's a Twin Flames. For and I want to say welcome everybody and thank you for everything. Actually, this video it's gonna go towards credit for Nick. And Nick spoke with him last night. I messaged him actually and asked him, hey, give us a little kind of like, what do you think the people when they attend the longing, as you see at the title, in there, the longing within the twin flame, and how this is coming towards developing better relationships and so forth. And that's what we are going to be talking about there. Hi, Lorna. Good morning to you, and thank you for coming in. Um, the longing in there, when you see it, when you miss your twin flame, uh, it's because portion of you always was longing for something from within yourself. And when you begin to take your time, as a twin flame, you're realizing the longing for that person is actually the longing connecting to your person's self. When you find yourself, then you understand how this improves you for it, but that ultimately is going to be kick in, increase the love, the level of love, and the level of awareness of understanding about what love is. Okay, because you may be operated from whatever belief system you had it within you, but the longing it is about this missing. But it's not only a missing in there. There is something more to it, and as the time and the process goes on, you will find that part of the longing it is actually a very beautiful personal development that ultimately that brings and strengthens the bond between you missing something, you're longing for that something, and whatever there is, that's going to begin to trigger a patterns of really to remove this needs, to remove this indulgence, like somebody has to pay attention to you, and so forth. And you see it how this helps, but in a healthy way, and then that it's transitioning with you. So with that being said, I'm giving you Paulina.
Hi everyone. Yeah, that's an interesting topic. Thanks, Nick, again for suggesting because I think we all face with some level of longing. But even we started talking yesterday about it that there is certain sense of longing that comes from this space of direct. Oh, sorry. Truth has to be spoken. Sorry for that. That's this longing towards something to be accomplished, something to be taken to the next level. Because that helps to get a little bit different perspective on our journey. What was really this longing? Like, what was the role of the longing? Was it really towards the person, or was it towards specific circumstance that can help us to grow more? Because if you see it from this perspective, yes, it's directed towards the person, but the end goal was never about the person. It's just to gives you opportunity to meet with someone who is able to show you what you're supposed to work on, right? So it allows this kind of perspective allows to take off this pressure that, oh my god, I was longing for my twin flame. Not really. Like it's as if your soul was trying to show you the direction for the next step. And the strongest longing probably it happens after you decide that you have to change something in your life. You're not happy, you're not satisfied, you're going through some sort of the breakdown, and shortly after you might realize that, oh, this longing started to intensify, and we just like to associate it with the person, while it's just you kind of turn on your soul's guidance. So if you ask, you will receive the instructions. What is the next step for you to do? But how do humans can be guided? It's like through the emotions, right? Like that's our compass. So we are gonna be guided towards the next steps. So that's this kind of a longing. Like that's just how this direction from within is being expressed on our emotional level. At least that's how I see it. Because speaking from my experience, this feeling of longing, it went away immediately after I connected with the right person. Like that was kind of achieved. The longing went away like suddenly. And it was so weird because the moment I realized that, all these years that I had in the background is kind of longing towards something, it led me to the person, but then the connection still was there, but the longing was not there anymore. And even after separation, the longing was there, not there anymore. It felt like some level of completeness was achieved, and it had nothing to do with how much of a union we were connected, like what level was the connection. It was just to bring me to this specific moment. So that's introduction from me. You can add something to it.
Um, with that longing, I mean, even I'm talking first of all from my personal experience. And Lorna, yeah, I can give you an example of this from our connection in there. But most of the people, when they get ignited, okay, and let me specify it a little bit more, updated here. When the people get ignited, when they're changing the consciousness, your primary focus begins to be the other side, the person, the other side that is gonna be with you and so forth. So you focus in there. And you're gonna find out that down the road, when you do that, you're actually gonna be, when you're looking at within the energies of the longing, you're gonna be looking at and find out that because you put so much attention going towards that person, you abandon yourself. You're longing to go back to yourself, to look at what's in yourself, what happens to you. You abandon yourself just to give anything and everything just to become of this person. This kind of like a pattern and behavior begins over the time, a toxic in there. And the longing, it's really not in the positive way when you go back into yourself. The positiveness of the going within yourself is, for example, when that longing turns in towards you. You like, okay, I abandoned this part of me, I abandoned that part of me, maybe emotional, physical, health, psychological, however in your case might be. You will find out that when that attention's right now in there, that it's putting towards you, it develops the real longing. And the real longing is that that person is focused back and pointing towards you, your health, your emotional state, your psychological state, because that person mirrors you to look at within yourself. And then there is this energy that it comes in of the real longing for that. You're longing for that person because they told you the right things towards you. You look at it there, and then you develop from that energies. You're developing this real love towards the person because he points you to the points that you are missing. You're not missing them. You're missing you. Your personal cares for you, your personal situations from within you. Another, let's say for that example in there, if you have to work within me in there, I withdraw within me. I withdraw. I go back within myself, even though we are unconnected in there. And when I withdraw within myself, and I don't mention that I withdraw with myself, I'm looking at that within me. Then that energy of within myself, it's looking at, it heals something within myself. But then when I withdraw, it feels like I withdraw towards her, which is not it. I withdraw within myself, but that withdrawal in there created that longing to go back to her with even more beautiful love. It's more uh, power energy with me saying, I'm sorry, I withdraw within myself. I was looking at inside of me. I know I need to do this, but it's required vulnerability, communications, understanding, awareness on the both sides in there. And when you finding that longing, the longing turns into actually love. So the first of all, that path of the longing sends you in there to shake you up to understanding all this process. And then when you fix within you, then that energy is going and it transfers towards the connections. The connections actually repair itself, heal itself. And this is why, in order to fix this, you need to be in a connection. And if you feel like you have to be in the connections with this, it is just because you need that other person to tell you, to mirror you, to understand you, to appreciate you, to guide you towards your own self, not towards them. Like in a normal relationship, it's like, oh yeah, I need you, I need him, I need her, I need you to be with me so we can buy a house, or I need you, I need him so we can create something. And you guys finding the reasons. Can you imagine you have a connections with not actually a particular reason in there? Because once the reason goes away, guess what? So is the relationship goes away. And now when you're finding those energies in there within yourself, you clear all this. All it's gonna be left, it's the connection itself, the love itself. And that love is gonna be turning to something beautiful. So, what if you are feeling inspired for your personal journey? Yes, you need to understand your personal journey is your personal journey. I mean, you can be inspired for this. Okay, when you go back towards yourself after you've been paying so much attentions and you had no responses and so forth and so forth, in there, when you go back into yourself, you go back at this to understanding the proper way of love. Yes, you can get inspired for your personal journey. Yes, you're gonna do your personal journey, but that personal journey ultimately is gonna be leading you to a one position, to be in a relationship, to testing that personal journey of what did you do, how do you do it, and then you're gonna find out the reasons why the relationships exist, because only through the relationships you are able to fix the things in there, to resolving the things, because it's so easy to abandon this, the abandon is the person, is the situations, is whatever the case is. The hard thing is in there to understand, to be aware of, and with that awareness, it kicks in that growth. And that growth, that's what you're in a relationship to grow together. And when the growth comes in together, the things start getting a little better for it. But you're gonna be longing also for that particular energy of positiveness that it comes in. And kind of explained in there. Help
No,
out a
the way
little
I
bit.
see, yeah, the way I see there, just we should maybe define this. What do we understand by longing? Because the way I feel it's a little bit different. That's very specific feeling. It's not missing for someone. It's not needing someone. It's really like the way I see it is the sense of direction that it's pointing me. Oh, that's what I'm missing in my life, but that's the way to go. And it's well, when we are already in a relationship, we can tell more about me that's missing. Like if I'm missing some part of this person, and I believe only he or she can give it to me, instead of thinking, oh, maybe I can develop it on my own. Because this kind of thinking, it causes you to have this like a need for someone, and you feel, oh my god, I don't have this part of character in my life, in myself, but I know that my partner can give it to me. So that creates this kind of like sense of needing someone. While if you, as Lorna said, if you go in your personal journey and you start getting excited about it, because that's you got the space, right? Like for your personal journey, personal evolution, you will start seeing, if you do your inner work and just rebuild yourself, you will see that it's gonna be easier to lose all of those neediness towards anyone, because you will see, oh, I was longing that to have someone who has this specific trait, who is, I don't know, maybe very well established and has organized life. I never was able to do that. So I think I need a partner who is like this. But once you start paying attention to yourself and you will realize, oh, I can get my life in order on my own, it kind of clears this unhealthy attachment towards the person. And it really helps you to see the journey, detached from the journey better, because you're not getting caught up with this neediness, and you're shutting down this very like primitive ways of trying to find a partner. You just see, okay, the way I'm trying to find a partner is like, I can see how I'm stable, I'm organized, everything works for me, and that's what, it's a healthy base to find in a partner. It's like you rebuild yourself and you get rid of this weird attachment that someone has to give something to you. And it's amazing how this can help to heal a lot of those unhealthy attachments that happens to people. If and those kind of running chaser, all those dynamics, it's like if people would spend more time just really analyzing themselves and questioning what is really the specific thing that makes me miss my twin flame, what specific character, like personality trait, or maybe anything that is there, if you spend time analyzing that and ask yourself if you can give it to yourself, you will see how this neediness, it will become less and less, because you will see like you are good on your own. So it's funny, because it's at the same moment you will stop seeing through those like pink glasses. You will see, okay, since I don't need this person anymore, I'm getting the whole picture for our connection, how it was. You will start seeing, oh, maybe it was not completely healthy. Maybe it was, there were some toxic behaviors in there. You start seeing everything more objectively. Because if you're in this, otherwise, like if you're in this space of neediness, you will be like desperate just to have a person, but you will be overlooking anything that is unhealthy. So that's very interesting. I think how, I wouldn't say that you have to be in connection, like Dio said, like we have to be in connections. Ultimately, probably yes, but I think it really depends on our own personal journeys, like how long those connections are supposed to be. You grow way more with someone because this is the best mirror for you, but this personal time that you're getting, you have enough like material to really look into yourself. And if you're getting excited for the journey, it's even better, because it's way easier that you will start seeing it as a whole. It was never about the person, it's about your journey, and about seeing, oh, I can constantly unwrap myself and work on myself, but also enjoy the journey. So yeah, that's about this part. There's some comments coming.
CC,
Hey, CC.
is there is any logic behind the fact of being connected to a new soul, literally new, after your first connection twin? Hello, Aqua Ones. Well, hello to you. Glad to see you again here. For there is a logic. If you depends of what you understand about logic. Sometimes it's not about logic. It is about actually walking the walk. I stated that a long time ago that if somebody doesn't want to walk with you when you're destined to make a walk, the universe adjusts itself in there. About the logic, if you're looking for a logic, there is no. When you put logic and love together, those two doesn't go together. Okay, those kind of like an energies in there, but that doesn't mean that you have to be kind of like a codependent, blighted, and kind of like an attention seeker for the love in there, which is most people are. We are talking about, as Paulina said, somebody that walked the journey with you. And this is what, when you're walking on that that journey as a soul, I spoke about this before, to experiencing the maximum you can here in this lifetime, because the timing here, it's pressure about your soul to have the experience of everything that you wanted to experience here. And just because of someone, maybe you know, as a first connection or as a twin, for two, that kind of like energy stays with you, but you feel incomplete. Your personal mission is incomplete, but your personal missions of incompletions in there ultimately is going to be leading you to completions that it was about relationship, it was about you to advance to a level of you never advanced before, of human-based soul spiritual experience in there. I mean, a lot of the definitions about the twin flames is changing as we evolve more and more. We begin to understanding the science helps a lot. Talk about the mirroring neurons in there, and this is what happens is when you got this initial exchanges of consciousness and informations through this process of awakening in there. Some of the things is not going to work out, and if you need to evolve, if you need to move, if you have to be, the universe knows that you need to go to this journey. But that journey that you are taking is not about the journey of just kind of like your own personal journey, just for you. It's actually a journey of two people who works together, understand, aware of, awaken, and they keep on walking on the road of life as a journey, as evolution of this lifetime, so they can understand even better. They can be getting it even better, making it even better, bringing it to those spirituality into fluctuations in the material 3D. There is not like before, you know, in normal relationships you are getting there. But the difference in there is that if you have a new connections, the new connection is going to be even higher. I experienced this quite a few times. Quite a few people also experience it. There is not only us in there. A lot of the people are stuck in a first connection that doesn't work. And when the longing comes in for that first connections in them, then they begin to look within themselves, they fix themselves, and then again, they're going out and move on.
If they allow it themselves.
Yes, if they don't allow themselves. I can remember those words back in the days from Lindy Cowling. Do not put your life on hold for it. And that's what a lot of the people do in there. And if you want to know about the CC, about logic, is not to put your life on hold. You basically don't go anywhere. You're going around the circle in there. Is my twin's going to come in or is not going to come in? It's kind of like you're taking the flower. He loves me not. He loves me not. It's kind of like you're going through the same story instead of looking at within yourself in there. And as a Paulina said, it is about to do your work to see what you are missing from within yourself. And when you understanding what you're missing within yourself, you develop, now you're ready to be. Okay? Now you're ready to be. There is some cases that as the original twin flame comes back in life, but there is some, most of the cases is that the people go in with the different connections, they're moving forward in there. And this is what you need to understand is about the journey and, of course, following the path of the universe. Universe knows the reasons. You may not know the reasons, but the universe knows them. So, yeah. Hopefully that helps you, Cici. So
no, but also maybe we could just
Yeah.
remind people, that it's soul is a soul. Like soul is just every soul is somehow, let's say, attached to the body, and it's like we are meeting different people on our journey. But really, what speaks to us throughout this experience is this energy that someone is embodying. So maybe that helps to understand a little bit better why would the universe put new soul on your path when the original one, for whatever reason, is not able to continue growing vibrationally with you, and you cannot recreate this field together on, jointly. So that would be the reasons. Like this energy that we are talking, the source energy or twin flame energy, it wants to flow. Like by default, like there is nothing that it's stopping it. It's permanent and it's just a constant flow. What you can choose is just to stay within this flow or not. So that's why, by this definition, if you're increasing in vibration, you will be attaching, again, attracting someone who is in the same level. But then it just happens that sometimes this is not this old soul that you originally were connected with. You're getting a new one. But it really takes off this pressure of there is one ultimate one who can help us to connect to the twin flame energy. Not really. It's just as many as we need here, and it really depends on how fast you're growing and how much you're attached to this human understanding that I have to have a specific person to allow me to reconnect with this twin flame energy. And it's not even your job. If you are staying open towards the experience, you don't have to do much. Like sooner or later you will attract someone, and it's not gonna be from this space that, oh, I need to attract my other twin flame experience in my life. It's gonna happen on its own, and it's gonna happen in the moment that you don't even look for it. But one thing that you can see, maybe you already see it, or it would be nice to hear, if you see some similarities between this original connection or the first or previous connection that didn't work out, and you keep replaying the same lessons, that, oh my god, this situation repeated itself, I couldn't handle it previously, but I have to do it again, because this will be bringing this new, a little bit additional or helpful understanding that in the end, what we are doing here is kind of replaying those scenarios that didn't work out so you can pass the lesson, because otherwise you will come to this understanding that if you don't go through this lesson from this specific person, there will maybe 10 different people that you will be meeting on your way to fix yourself to pass this lesson. So it really helps to see that from a little bit broader perspective, and anytime you will be catching yourself in some doubts or misunderstanding of the journey, you will be having this in mind. Okay, we can always decide to split, because this is all about choices in this journey. We are not slave, like we are not attached to anything here. It will be your choice to keep walking with one specific person, because you can go on your own. You will continue your journey as an individual, and by vibrational match you will get another person. But do you want to continue with the one that you have because it was already orchestrated and make the best out of it, or are you gonna be escaping because it's too uncomfortable? So it's maybe that will clarify it a little bit more.
Very, very powerful in there to see. Also, if you look at it within the psychology, what did they said there? And this is kind of like the connections with the psychology within the spirituality. Some of the people, when they are needing, constantly needs having a relationship, very quickly in there from one relationship, they jump into the next. Without giving some time to process it. What did they did wrong? What was happening wrong? To take time to grieving process if it's needed, to do some inner work on your own self and so forth. And here it's not that much difference in there, because when you go from just kind of like a level of awareness and awakening from within you in there, it helps you to really developing, renew yourself. So when you renew yourself, when you upgrade yourself, you're in a different frequency match. You're not matching that energy in there. You went above. You evolved. in there. So that energy does not resonate anymore with you. It doesn't in there. So when you renew yourself in there, the new comes to you, as Paulina said. It's gonna come to a time that you didn't look for it, you didn't ask for it. The only thing it is happened naturally. It's a natural path of event. Okay, and this is what the beauty will be for it. You will understand. And this is what is that question, the next question that Sisi asked. So it's after renew yourself, the new comes to gain and complete your own purpose. If you look at it in a way, that is it, the result, but actually the purpose is not about that, just your own. Because from fixing your own, you're fixing the path of walking together. And here it's kind of like this kind of like a fine line for fix yourself, fix the relationship, but the relationship fix the oneself, which is coming from the interdependence. Okay, in interdependence, you have the one person up here, you have the other person, and here it's that middle connections that creates the connections of the healthy relationship. We're talking about healthy relationship in spirituality and emotions, vibrations, and so forth from there. You have more based out of the peace, and that leads you to the evolving with this. And of course, you're gonna have to work. There's gonna be some things that you're gonna be working on it. But this kind of like a interpersonality situations with that is gonna be turning from connections to personal development, from personal development to connection. And this is a beauty of this for because you're gonna see there. And when you see it, you see the benefits in there. It doesn't matter what the cases and things or whatever you're gonna be facing, personal or as a couple, you're going to be happy about it. Okay, you will know what does it takes for. So yeah, it's kind of like in a way you're completing your own purpose in there. But also you're completing something more important. It's kind of like the universe said, like you two put your together your stuff, put your things together, and be an example of how the other is gonna keep it together. Because when they're putting together, it's a healthy society built. Okay, so you're basically fulfilling personal purpose with the purpose from the universe, basically the mission. I know for those people who are tapping to what is the missions of the twin flames and so forth in there. But you find from personal to relationship purpose to the universe purpose. And then the things is gonna be much more easier. And they're not all this wow and yeah and
No, because you're getting detached. Like it's just like
yes,
you're not gonna be get too much excited about what happens in 3D because you see that this is just one dimension. Like why would you be so excited about something that it's so temporary, right? Like it's something that it's just ego based. It's too shallow. So I think that's what you may don't expect to be so excited about next connection because you're getting a whole new understanding and it becomes such a tiny piece of your whole being that it's not gonna affect you that much. At the same time, this connection will be way higher, so there won't be that much drama. It will be more based on peace. So those vibrations, while they are super high, they don't feel intense. I think we are just not able to experience them in a full spectrum. So that's how we feel it here, as peace, as this calmness. But people overlook this because they are expecting the higher vibrational connections, they would feel intense. Not really. That's something to keep in mind. But I just wanted to add to what Cici was saying. Unless you want to have something.
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This part of a purpose, like even the purpose, it comes in layers, because you see, when you get connected with initially, then get ignited, and then you're being kind of left out to complete your inner journey on your own. That's your part of a purpose. It's like they ask you to fill your cup and be comfortable, you with your own body, with your own mind and soul, but you just on your own. And you will, once you do that, you will start seeing how much comfortable your 3D experience is becoming. You will start enjoying it very much, and you will be start getting grateful, and you will be creating this beautiful bubble around you, but it's going to be based on a comfort, because you're going to be comfortable with yourself. But as much as this cannot last forever, because you would just end up sitting in your comfort zone, that you're on your own, you provide for yourself, but you're not growing anymore. Like, you kind of reached your personal limits. So that's, it may be risky to say, but I believe that that's the natural part of the process. Like, once your cup is full, that means you completed your personal part of this experience as an individual, and then you're ready to do something more. But you're not going to be doing it from the need, because you will be so fulfilled and so achieved that you will tell yourself, like, I'm so happy, like, I really don't need anything else in my life. I'm ready to whatever is coming next. And from this space, you're entering this next stage when it can really be orchestrated whatever is needed for this next layer of the purpose. But it's not gonna be on your personal level, because you are already achieved. Like, you really don't care which way your journey will be coming. You're being open, at the same time you're being grateful that you reached that state. So then you're putting your faith higher, right? Like, you're ready to cooperate with the energies from this freedom state, that you're okay with any way your journey will be coming. So in some cases, people will be asked to enter new relationships, but they will be asking them, is it okay if that's another person? So if you fall back to your old understanding, you will be, no, but this is not my twin flame. But this new understanding, you will be humble, and you will enter the relationship with this faith that, okay, I filled my cup, I'm fulfilled, and I'm ready to come whatever comes next. Like, this is part of my service. So it will be changing your a little bit understanding of the journey. So that's something I just wanted to add.
Good job.
Mm.
Fill
Now
up
we
your
can.
cup.
Mm.
All right, Lorna, what can grow from this Big Bang? As soon as I was reading, she's like, "Do you have something else to say?" I'm like, "No, no, no. I'm gonna be talking about the Big Bang there." Here is what comes in from what can grow on this. If you look at it, the universe, um, this perspective and the universe creations isn't there. If there was no Big Bang, where were you? And if you look at it, what it says in the books, that you are the God creations of the image of God. Basically the same thing. So imagine that you can grow to some point in there that I was talking about this years ago. In there that you can be moved from this plane of existence, in there of this positions that we are right now at the this typical 3D situations, to the level of existence that you will be giving a solar system on there. The solar system, you're going to be creating that life on Earth, and that new Earth, you're going to be creating something, and you're going to be supporting all this. I mean, if you look at the Egyptians' legends, they were talking about that creations. If you look at it, even the paganism is, we're all one. We're all oneness. We're all one created. There is no God. There is a universe in there, which is in all ways for. But what can grow from this Big Bang after you fix yourself? First thing which is gonna come in is your advancements in the inner peace. But without the inner peace, you're like, okay, I have my inner peace, but too much inner peace can turn into, again, to your comfort zone. Okay. You gotta be paying attention to the comfort zone. Nothing grows in a comfort. But as you are putting all this in together, you panic, you understand it more, you're gonna be able to see the void expansion in there. With that kind of like a void expansions within, you're gonna find out this emptiness within yourself, okay? And those gonna be the area of improvements that you're gonna be going forward. What's next? What is the next things I need to say? So this big bang in there for if you study like I do, because I study a lot of the science parts of the twin flame, even though that last week I did some research on the mirroring neurons in there, and they is said for that during this firing of the mirroring neurons, you are expanding. So the humans can have awakening from 7 to 48% of the mirroring neurons. Okay, 48. Why cannot be achieved more than the 100 in there? Why cannot be getting more to the 100? So it turns out that if you are going to this 100% or over 50% of your mirroring neurons in there, they withdraw that energies, and you're gonna be feeling exhausted. You're gonna be feel like a part of yourself because that energy is withdrawn from the body. So what can you grow? You will learning to grow your energy management at this position. You're gonna be learning to grow of expanding of those voiding space within yourself and the area of concerns that you were avoiding within your life. And after the Big Bang, you comes into this awakening process when your consciousness and your subconsciousness, they're gonna be working together. You're basically creating what it's outside, which is out in the universe in there, building a new galaxies and so forth, with the building from within yourself. For and with this, you begin to understand the oneness even more. For and you're gonna be growing tremendously. Some of the things she knows about it. She know what expansion is. For she shows me after we connected so much with that expansions that was. It was too much at some point, but we were able to understand it. We were able to handle it, and we continue to understand it even more and more in there. But this big bang inside of you, for it is about to open the doors for your next opportunities. Don't put yourself down. Don't hunker down. Don't lock yourself up. The only time you have to lock yourself up, it is about to see what you're missing from within. Okay, that's what you need to do. Okay, because of go back into this longing in there. You're gonna be longing. You're gonna be longing for the universe. You're gonna be longing for some even better improvement into to the connection to the journey itself. Okay, because that longing is like I'm missing this advancement. I'm missing to work within myself. But at the same time, when you do so much work, you're gonna get yourself burned out. You're gonna be getting yourself off, and that's what is this biology kind of like a barrier in there that says like you're not ready for it, which is that is leading into for that we're not that much advanced yet to operate in a full capacity of 100% of our mirroring neurons. We're not able to handle those vibrations in there. But as we evolved, the humanity is going to begin to understanding its own portions and understanding and operate it because it's created. It is there. It's available. But we are not currently have this thinking operational process within ourselves, so we actually cannot use that yet. I don't say about a future, okay? and the energies management within ourselves and development within the energies and working with those energies is going to be able to help you out in there. There is a magnetic resonance. You can go check yourself out. They put some electrodes on you. You can check out what level of your mirroring neurons are firing within your brain in there. Actually, I was looking for the machine.
Yes.
For so you can see that the Big Bang is actually from within your personal expansions of consciousness that you connecting your level of development consciousness that it already exists with the subconsciousness patterns that you already know, that bridge. And when you go through that bridge, guess what you're going to find? Nothing different and already things that you assumed they were right. Now you know they were right. So you actually grow. And that's what the growth is. You make subconscious patterns a conscious. That's what the Big Bang is. And there, Divine Catalyst, so good to see you. See you too next time each other. Yeah. Where to? All right, baby. If you have
No, I
something
just
to add.
wanted to add on what you were talking about, those expansion and just bridging conscious subconscious all together. That's why we are getting helpers, right? That's the answer how CC was asking. Why would we get another experience with another person? That's for this reason, because it's like you can only do as much on your own, because you won't be able to touch some of the topics on your own. So the way I see it, if you cannot expand more because you've learned all those lessons on the individual level after previous experience, you would be stagnant. So this is a natural path that you're gonna be given more opportunities just to go and deeper, because people are just the best mirrors to see. I mean, probably more things are happening also in the background, but even through discussions, that someone is able to catch your behaviors that you just don't see because you take them as normal. So the way I see it, this is just a help that it's given by the energies if you want to expand even further on a 3D experience, because actually this is the fastest bridge and the most certain source of information, things that happening in 3D. Because as we were talking several times, and I think many people can agree, those higher energies are sometimes not clearly related to your reality here, and they can be misleading. But if you are reaching the state that all those messages, including people and resources and everything, will start to manifest in 3D, this is your way to anchor yourself in the right timeline. So you know that you know what you're working with. You're not getting caught up with illusions or different timelines or different realities that your life could go. You know what you have in front of you. And especially if you can get this kind of information not only from higher dimensions, but from the person that sits next to you, like, this is so precious. So it's just, that's why I wish everyone to really spend this time on their internal time that it's given, because it's always like when some doors are closed and you're feeling like you're being isolated, there is a reason for that. At the same way, don't shut your doors, like keep them relatively open in case there is someone else that is supposed to show you more stuff, because the previous one couldn't show you more anymore, right? Like, it's kind of dissolved. So
The dissolving of yeah, this is actually a good thing in there. If the connections is dissolved, you're gonna be feeling it in there. But if your connection has to continue and grow, it's going to help you to overcome wherever your chinks are between you. You will understand the connection is gonna be kind of like protecting itself. It's gonna be helping you. It's gonna be guiding you. But as Paulina said, if you put your spiritual ego, if you put your material needs before your, if you put anything before and or above the connection itself and so forth, and you put kind of like energies, because you can control energies right now within yourself, is in there. Those energies, they can be misleading. So you have to be really going on within the energies through the connection, because the connection itself as a third party, we're talking about third party, like it's connecting. You know, your relationship isn't there. The bubble zone isn't there. This kind of like one consciousness that everyone's talking about. It's there. And when you to talk and communicate with this, you can figure it out. Those energies, each one of those energies, they're really not for because you can go, you can move out, you can, you know, you're free. As Paulina said, you're not prisoner in there, but through those kind of like experiments of freedom, in there, you finding things, you discover a thing because you are going within your darkness, within your subconsciousness, and you checking this, checking that. Is that proper? That's not. You maybe go from subconscious to conscious to fixing the puzzles. This piece seems like it's here, but it's not here, and the puzzle has to be go there. I mismatched it. You poor organized things and so forth with this.
Oh, that's why those connections, like, they don't match social patterns, and don't try to put anything like, oh, the society does it this way, so we have to do it this way.
Oh,
Because it may not work for you, and it's okay. This is here to experiment. Okay, what kind of vision of a relationship will be working for us? We don't care about what other people are saying. It's like, okay, do we feel good about that or not?
mm-hmm. Perfect. All right. Does any of you have a question, or we should wrap this thing up? Let's see if
Yeah, we can see
any of
if
you.
there are any questions. We can take a few. If not, we're gonna be wrapping up.
Longing. In that longing process of this personal development, guys, you will find that throughout your life in there, you seen things of what you learn from others. Okay. So be mindful about your human-based experience and your spiritual-based experience. You're gonna have some little clashes in there because people have a tendency to work on the material world, abandon the spiritual, and they're longing for the spiritual, and they go into the give to 100% into the spiritual, and then their material way of life falls out. So through this kind of like a personal development with this, you're gonna find out that a lot of the things that you're longing in there, it's kind of like connecting to the cravings. Okay, you guys having the cravings for food, right? You're missing something. You're missing that energy, missing that understanding. But when you look at it, when it comes down within yourself, for it is about to tap in is like I need, I want, I love, I have to experience, or however it's in your case in there. Take a look into that energies. What do you longing for? Because that's gonna be telling you what is your soul is longing for to do here on the earth. If you understand how value your time, your precious time is up here, okay, you're not gonna be wasting your time. You're not gonna be going out within, oh my God, this doesn't work, and you stay there for years, okay. You're gonna be understanding that without energies for so long time, you haven't been on that journey as experience and awareness here on the earth, and then you're gonna be finding that that longing, create that longing for the journey, that you put everything together. Okay, you put the spirituality with working within the material world, then the both world in there, an earth and a heaven, they work within you. And what it stays between the earth and the heaven, it's you. Okay, it is you. Your job is to put your head on the clouds, your legs on the ground. And without the energy for your personal development is going to be getting better. Your as Paulina said, that energies within you is going to be filling up your cup. Then that cup, it's ready. Okay, the cup is ready.
Yeah, I saw the truck. It said driving force, and it kind of reminded me, okay, like that's how I understand those longings. This is your driving force. It shows you which way to go. Like this is your soul's calling, right? Like anytime like something, it doesn't have to be big or major thing, but anytime you're longing for something in a sense that, oh, I feel like I really want to do that. Sometimes it's about regarding people, sometimes it's regarding food and so on, but those are different layers, but it's all the same. It's like the present moment you crave to do something specific because subconsciously you feel you need it. So I think that's how I want to end.
All right, so
thank you everyone.
Thank you everyone, and we're gonna be planning something for 11/11. See what goes on for, and we're gonna have some things more for you. Get your questions ready. If you have anything that you may think we should talk about it and discuss here for you or helping you in a way, please let us know. If you want to connect to us, you can go ahead and look at our website. It's down below. It's aquaspiritunited.com. And we're going to take care of that. But I want to say again, Nick, thank you for the help, because I appreciate it so much. Good topic. Good talk. All right, guys. So much love. Thank you for all of you coming here, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.